Welcome to the Enlightenment Academy, where the journey of discovering your inner magic begins. In a world filled with endless possibilities, we invite you to explore the depths of your being and unlock the mysteries of your true potential. Through insightful teachings, transformative practices, and enlightening conversations, we empower you to access the brilliance that resides within you. Join us as we embark on a path of self-discovery, empowerment, and spiritual awakening. Are you ready to tap into the infinite wellspring of magic within you? Here is your host, Venus Castleberg.
Hello, beautiful people. Hello, Kyle, Kimberly, Simon. Thank you all for hopping on and saying hello right out of the gate. Makes my day. So if you're here and you're new to my show or you just want to say hello today, I love it when people comment. I love it when people have questions. And I love it when people call in too. And the number is 202-570-7057. And you can call in. We can have a chat. You can call in for facilitation, coaching, or just to talk to me. And you can just sit back and receive. So always nice to have you all here now and in the future. So bridging the gap between science and spirituality, or another way of saying it is quantum physics. So, oh, cool. Hi, Nina. Yay. And hi, Sean. And Kyle. Oh, I love you guys so much. So super excited to talk about today about quantum physics, and welcome to all of you who are like, what do you mean science and spirituality? Hi, Ron. Cool. So like, I'm not going to get too deep into quantum physics because I know that quantum physics can be a little bit heady. Leave it to anybody scientific to make things heady, right? So, but I will suffice it to say that quantum physics basically says that a molecule or an atom or whatever takes form when you actually observe it. It's called the observer effect. So something doesn't come into form until you observe it. I don't know why I keep thinking of this, but I keep thinking of, people often say, if a tree falls in the woods, does it make sound? Well, no, because nobody's there to observe it. But when somebody observes it, then there's sound, and then they observe the tree falling, right? So, but another way of saying this in a more easy term or easy way is thoughts become things. Hi, Connor. I love quantum everything. I love it. Thoughts become things, or your point of view creates your reality, right? So there's, I do love this scientific study they did, and they still couldn't believe, that this happened, but it's called Schrodinger's cat. Sorry if I butchered his name, but basically what he did was he put a cat in a box. I know, I'm like, no, not a cat in a box. But anyway, we're just going to go with and literally put in poison. And supposedly there was one molecule in that box that would activate the poison. And then you would either open the box and see that the cat lived or the cat died. But what they found as they were doing this was they actually noticed that it was based on whatever the point of view of the person was that was opening the box. So if the person believed that it was poisoned and died, it got poisoned and died, right? Or if the person believed that it lived and that the poison didn't get activated, then the cat lived. So I love that because it's like such a great example of our point of view creates a reality. Everything that you have in your life right now. Now, I'm not going to say this and I'm going to encourage you to not go to the wrongness of you, but I am going to have you notice that everything that you've created up until this point, you created based on your point of view. everything. Finances, bodies, relationships, you created it. Now, you could look at that in a disempowering way, right? Your point of view creates reality. Or you could actually look at that as an empowering thing and be like, oh, okay, I created everything up until this point. I'd like to create something different. I'm going to change my point of view and create something different, right? Because you can change whether you believe that the cat is going to be dead when you open the box or the cat will live when you open the box. You get to choose. You get to choose how things happen in your life. And you're not a victim. And I know that's hard when you're in the middle of struggles and strife and health issues or whatever, right? Because we often think this is being done to us. But what happened was somewhere along the line, and it could even be another lifetime, you made a decision that you were going to be sick in this lifetime, or you were going to, whatever, right? That there was something you were going to create so that you could also overcome it, so that you could also gain strength from it. But if you could learn your lessons a different way, if you could choose something different, would you choose something different? And do you believe that your body can completely regenerate itself? And I'm just using this as an example. But it's like if you believe that nobody's ever going to come to you for a reading, or, they're not going to come to your shop, or, you don't have something to offer, that's the box that you're opening. You're opening a box. Cool. You're opening a box, and this is what you created. Whatever you have right now, you created it. Cool. Now you'd like to change it. Close the box. Change your belief state. Change your thoughts. Change who you are believing that you are. Open the box. See if there's a different result. So, and that's interesting, Simon. And thank you for saying that, because he says, but the tree does make a sound, just no one here to hear it. Possibly. That's not actually what quantum physics says. Quantum physics actually says that the tree doesn't even fall if there's nobody to observe it. There is nobody. The tree makes no sound because nobody's there to observe it. It's the observer effect. But if I say something in any of my lives that does not ring true for you, throw it away. Because I'm not here to convince you of my point of view, just to share my personal experience. And I've had this with many things. Like I've been broke. Add some expletives there. Right. Yep, there is no tree. There is no tree until somebody sees the tree. Yep. But I've been really broke. And then I've been in such a state before where it's like every paycheck that came in, I'd look at it and I'd be like, oh, it's just not enough, right? So what am I creating? Not enough, over and over and over again. And I knew this. And I had studied enough, and I had known enough about the power of creation and power of the mind, power of thought, and your point of view. And I was like, okay, so I'm going to look at this. I know that that's what's creating me is broke. So I'm going to change my point of view. So every check that came after that, or every dollar I found, or every dime, penny I found after that, I would just be super grateful, right? Because that judgment will kill it. But if you're grateful for it, it will grow. So that gratitude shifted my point of view to being grateful for everything that came in. And then money started to grow, because I changed my point of view. If you focus always on not having enough, you will keep having. So what is, and you can all maybe even put your comments if you have any, what is your point of view that's been creating the reality that you have, and would you like to change it today? Maybe. If you'd like to change a point of view that you've had, go ahead and drop it in the comments, or call me at 202-570-7057. Because you can literally go into any molecule in your life and turn it 180 degrees. you can change the molecule just by what you choose to see. Do you choose to see the cat that got poisoned and dead? Or do you choose to see the cat that is healthy and alive? Right? It's literally like a switch. Like you can go to the wall, the light switch. Imagine there's a light switch right here. Be like, okay, I'm going to flip it on for this belief and I'm going to flip it off for this belief. I know it doesn't seem like it's that easy, but it really is that easy. So sometimes you have to kind of like trick your mind, right? You have to get to the point where you're like, oh, I'm thinking negative thoughts. I'm thinking I'm a victim to my relationships. I'm thinking I'm a victim to my body. I'm thinking I'm a victim to money, right? Instead of going, okay, I recognize that that's what I have been thinking. And that thought is what has created my reality up until this point. And now I'm changing it because I want a different outcome. I want a different reality. I choose to have a different life. But it really is recognizing what you have been creating and then changing it to what you would like to create. So what would you like to create? Repetition of doing it daily. Yeah, absolutely. Doing it as often as you need to until it changes, right? And then it doesn't mean that that I don't sometimes get a smaller paycheck and go, oh, that old thought peeks in, right? And I'm like, no, not buying it. POC pod, right? The abbreviation of the clearing statement from Access Consciousness is just POC and pod, or see a stop sign, or throw it in the fire, let it go. It doesn't matter however you do it, but just be like, no, I'm not following that rabbit down that rabbit hole of judgment that just creates what I don't want, right? Instead of focusing on what is it that you do want? What is it that you are asking to create? And what does it look like? Sometimes like painting a picture for yourself. So let's say you're somebody out there that has spiritual gifts and you'd really like to get your spiritual gifts out there to the world. And it wouldn't hurt if you actually made a little bit of money out of it, right? Awesome. Ask for that. And then see yourself having that. See yourself giving readings. See yourself helping people. See yourself getting paid. See yourself getting big paychecks, right? Imagine it. Your imagination is one of the most powerful tools that you have. If you can start to visualize and imagine it, you can make it happen, because that is the belief that you start to put in the world that then creates what your outcome is. Cool. So I thought I had all my money blocks removed, but found myself watching a show on mansions and my thought process went to, who needs all of that? I immediately stopped in my tracks. Good catch. That's a great catch, Kimberly. Great job. Yeah, because you're like, whoa, wait, what am I creating here? Right? And it isn't about need, but what do you desire? What would you like your life? Would you like to actually not have to worry about, if something comes up that you'd like to purchase and have it not be a thing, where you're just like, I'd like to do that. I'm going to go do that. I think everybody really wants that deep down, even though somehow it's gotten really perverted and twisted, especially in the spiritual community, that you're supposed to do everything for free. And I just don't believe that. If that's your belief, again, throw away mine. You can keep yours. But I believe that we have these things that we can help other people and get paid for it too, right? To actually serve others. And I've said this before, but for those of you watching who are new, maybe have not heard me say it, or you heard it before but need to hear it again, that people will receive more from you when you charge them. They just will. So but it doesn't have to be a large amount, but they're it's like your willingness to value what you're offering and their willingness to pay for it creates a more equal exchange of energy, right? If we're just out there like giving everything away and never getting anything, not from give and take, but from like the simultaneity of gifting and receiving that happens. If we can be in the simultaneity of gifting and receiving, then the universe can bless us in ways that we never imagined possible. We can receive from places we never imagined possible. It doesn't mean you might not still give gifts sometimes. You might be like, oh, I really want to gift this to my community or whatever. But know that even if it doesn't come back directly from those people that you gifted this stuff to, that it will come back to you 100-fold, because that's the way the universe works. And the universe wants to gift you in return. So Sean, you do that again. That's great. Just a reminder, right? Yeah. I mean, I truly, guys, as somebody, and I've said this and I've shared this before, but it's so true. I spent so much time trying to give everything that I had to offer away, thinking that more people would choose it and more people would come and I could help more people. If there's not a value to it, if you don't see a value to it, nobody else is going to see a value to it either. And they might take you, up on a free reading or a free service that you offer every once in a while, but they will receive so much more when you value what you have to offer. And again, this is your point of view creates your reality. So if you value you and you value what you're offering, then others will value what you're offering, right? And see yourself like making a living, not just getting by and surviving, but see yourself thriving. The universe is infinite, and the universe wants you to thrive. And the only reason we're not thriving, any of us are not thriving at any point in our lives, is because we bought a belief that is creating our reality. We have bought a point of view that's then creating what our lives are like, right? So how do we turn that one molecule? How do we turn that one belief? How do we flip that switch so that we can have a different reality, be in thrival, be making money and serving people and having so much more fun with it? I mean, how much more fun do you have when you're like, you give something to somebody and the universe gifts you something back, right? It's not linear. It's not necessarily that you gift something to somebody and then that person's going to give you something back, but the universe will, right? The universe loves to gift you and loves to contribute to you and loves to make your life better. Came in late. I don't know if you covered this, but I'll bring it up. I'm very new to my gifts, and I've noticed that when I share my insights, people end up crying, and I wasn't experiencing that much emotion. Yeah. Thank you, Patricia. I appreciate you jumping in. Yeah. So, well, on that note, when you touch somebody with what you know or something that they think they're the only ones that know, there's this other, it's called the observer effect is what we were talking about, but there was another one. Oh, right. There's also quantum, I'm trying to remember this name, but it's where everything is connected, like you're all connected, right? So it's another thing about quantum physics. So, but everything like in that connection stays connected, right? So you're giving readings and you connect into the stream of consciousness that is talking about something that may be very personal to that person, or they don't think anybody else knows. And then you say something to them that touches them, right? Like I cry when somebody tells me something I already know, But I also cry tears of joy when I have affirmations of something that I already knew. Quantum entanglement. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I'm like, yeah. Like I said, I'm not a scientific, but yes, quantum entanglement, right? So we're all connected. So, Patricia, I think it's great that you're gifting the readings, and I just wouldn't make it significant that people are crying. Some people will, some people won't, and it doesn't mean anything. But the start of today's conversation was your point of view creates your reality. So if your point of view is that every time you give a reading, somebody's going to cry, and then that makes you wrong somehow, then that's the reality you're going to start creating. Instead of just being like, oh, people are crying. It's just a matter of fact. It doesn't mean anything. Things only mean something when we add meaning, right? So again, your point of view creates your reality. So what meaning are you giving things that don't actually have meaning unless you give it to them? Right? It's just so funny because it's like that. It's such a tricky world because we're told that and taught that we're supposed everything means something, everything's significant, and just about everything makes you wrong. Like in a nutshell, I think that was like everything means something, everything's significant, and you're wrong somehow, some way. And all of that is a point of view. I'm not going to say it's a lie, but I'm going to say it's all a point of view. Instead of just like, I like symbolism and stuff like that, but I used to make things very meaningful. And I realized that they were only meaningful because I was giving them meaning. A tree only exists when we see it as a tree, right? The molecules only align to what we believe. So when I was like, oh, okay, I'm making everything significant. Like, you're in a relationship or you're talking to a friend or you get a text. Oh boy, don't even get me started on the texting nowadays. Because you get a text from somebody and you don't know their voice inflection, you don't know their facial expressions, you don't know where they're coming from. And then you read it from your filter, your point of view, which is right here. And that point of view, then you read the text and you like get all butthurt or you're like offended, like, man, I can't believe they said that to me, because you all of a sudden made that mean something that maybe it doesn't mean at all. So pick up the phone, call people. My point of view. But I do believe that it's kind of hard to like decipher what people are saying unless you call them and actually talk to them. But that's just an example. It's like, okay, we can make anything mean anything. But is that meaning empowering you? Is that meaning empowering others? Is it actually making your boat go forward? I wonder. Anyway, I hope that contributed, Patricia. Thank you for those of you who chimed in on quantum entanglement. If you have questions or comments, please pop them in the chat. We're going to take a quick break and come back for anybody else who would like to talk.
Home Times TV. Imagine becoming a super influencer. Reinvent yourself, invest in your brand, and then manifest your success with a robust spheric approach. Om Times Media and Broadcasting offers a unique and multifaceted way to become the spiritual and conscious influencer you deserve to be by putting your message across our powerful platform with its proven record of integrity and excellence. Through our produced shows, Om Times offers the opportunity to become a social media TV personality, a radio show host, an Om Times magazine columnist, and a syndicated podcaster, all in one shot. By live streaming your show on Om Times TV and broadcasting it across the extensive Om Times radio and TV networks, you become more than a host. You become an ambassador and a force for positive change. Om Times. Open yourself to the possibilities.
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour, If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize, and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes.
Hello and welcome forward. Chris Simon says, what number? 202-570-7057. I would love to talk to anybody who would like to talk to me. And if you have questions, please call in or comment in the chats. So, is there some place in your life that you have created something that's not working for you? What is the one molecule that you can change? What is the beliefs, the point of view that you can change to create something different now and in the future, right? Because everything that you're experiencing right now is based on a belief that you had in the past. So now what would you like to change so that you can, can we drop the number in the comments? 202-570-7057. Thank you. But like, what is the point of view that you've had that created now? Okay, great. Maybe it's not exactly what you wanted. I can't leave comments, but maybe somebody else can put it in there. 202. Thank you. What you believed up until now created now, but now you can create what you like your future to look like, not based on what you had in the past, right? And then that's how, like, we can see the connection between science and spirituality is it's just observing the one molecule and then changing the one molecule and then change another one, depending on how much you want to change. Right? Cool. Anybody want to leave any comments? Let me know if you're tracking, if this is making sense to you. If you have any questions about anything that I've said, you can drop it in the comments. You can give me a call. Cool. I think we have somebody calling in, so I just want to give it space. And if we don't, if nobody's calling in, then we will do a little guided visualization today, helping you turn that one molecule that could change everything for you. But yeah, I'm going to hold on for a second because I think somebody's coming. Anybody else? While I can answer any questions in the comments, anything else you want? That's good. I'm so glad, Sean. So nice to have you. Yeah. So what can we change? Anything. You can change anything. I know it's hard to believe sometimes, but you can. Anything at all. You want a relationship in your life that works for you? Awesome. Ask for it. Write it down. If you want you want more money in your bank so you don't have to live paycheck to paycheck? Awesome. Write it down. Writing it down is the start of the visualization that helps you start to get into that field of creation. Awesome. And Simon's here today. Welcome, Simon. Can't hear Simon yet. I still can't hear Simon. So, can anybody else hear Simon? Maybe I'm the only one. No, still no sound. All good. Okay, so So apparently we're having technical difficulties. It's okay. Let's just, for the fun of it, because our point of view creates our reality. And you know how many people are like Mercury retrograde and right? So I think it's that I'm very careful about like buying into the point of view of Mercury retrograde, because I believe we can outcreate it, right? Even that. So everywhere where we're buying the point of view that we're the effect of Mercury retrograde, can we destroy and create all that? Right, wrong, good, bad, puck, puddle, nine shorts, boys, povads, and meows. Absolutely makes sense. I am learning to keep in mind when people are triggered by my words that they are projecting on me and not to internalize it. Awesome. Yes, Patricia. It's never personal. It's never personal. If I could get you guys to get one thing, people's reactions to you, whether it be road rage, in a reading, anything at all, it's never personal. Whatever they're going through their own thing. And we so want to take care of everybody, and everything that is right, wrong, good, bad, puck, pot, all nine shorts, boys, povads, beyonds, which is the clearing statement. You can find out more at theclearingstatement.com with Access Consciousness. But yeah, you can just realize that that's what they're going through, and it's not personal. Okay, awesome. Well, since weren't able to get Simon on live this time, sorry, Simon, maybe you can try next week. Let's go ahead and do a visualization to turn a molecule. And you get to choose whatever the molecule is that you want to. Yeah, thank you, Simon. I super appreciate you trying, and try again next week, please. I'd love to have that kitchen in the mansion, though. That's right. That's my girl. Go, Kimberly. See, we can always find something we're like, oh, I'll take that kitchen. You don't have to have the whole house. You can have the kitchen, though. That's awesome. Cool. So finding a place to relax with your feet on the floor, closing the eyes. Breathe in, exhale out. And just like I've said, nothing's personal. I am a very strong believer that the universe is always conspiring for us, never against us. So if for some reason, we get in a car wreck, or, the phones aren't working, or right, like something is working out in our favor, even if we can't see how. Right? So breathe in, exhale out. Relax. Let your body relax. Breathe in, exhale out. With every breath, you relax deeper and deeper. Breathe in, exhale out. Relax from the crown of your head to the tips of your fingers and the tips of your toes. Maybe feel your toes on the floor, the carpet, or the earth, wherever you are. Just say hello to the earth. Say hello to your body. Awesome. And I want you to imagine a box in front of you. And in this box is something that you've said that you've wanted, or that you've desired, or that you've asked to change. But you're going to put that in the box. And the box is closed and sealed and no peeking, right? You're just going to put that experience, that energy, that whatever it is, you're going to put that in the box. Okay? And then as every breath you take, breathe in, exhale out, relax further and further. And I want you to just become aware of what has been your belief about that thing in the box. You don't have to do anything with the thing in the box right now. But what has been your belief about that thing? Ooh, we're already clearing a bunch of energy today. How does it get better than that? Cool. And so we're just observing, not making yourself wrong, not making yourself right, right? Because a lot of times points of view that we have adopted, we're making right as well. Like, I'm right about that, or I'm wrong about that, right? So whatever that belief is that you have about that thing that you put in the box, you know what you put in the box. So let's stick with that one thing. You can do this with other things in the future. That box has that thing. And what's the belief? Just let it come up naturally, as if by magic. It's a thought, it's an idea, maybe some words, maybe a feeling, maybe it's heavy, maybe it's right, maybe you don't have an actual definition, but you have this energy that you're aware of that comes up when you think about that. Awesome. So letting that belief come up. And if it's a belief, well, I'm going to gamble that it's a belief that has been keeping this thing that you want to change from changing. Because you have a belief that has locked it in place. Basically, there's poison in there, and the poison molecule has been triggered, and the cat is dying. Right? So whatever you have in there, right? Just roll with me. And that belief that comes up, is it actually true? Is it true? And even if you believe that it's true, you can still change it, because you can believe something else. So is it true? Or another way of asking it is it relevant? So perhaps you have something going on in your body in this lifetime that is based on another lifetime when your body had something going on with it and you brought it into this lifetime. I used to do massage for a really long time, and I'd inevitably see like some really big like birthmarks in random places, and I knew that those were gunshot wounds from other lifetimes. I just knew it. Like, I was a gunshot wound. So we bring in these memories from other lifetimes that then we somehow have to feel like we have to live out in this lifetime. So when you ask the question, okay, what do I believe here? Or is this relevant? If it's not relevant, if it's not this lifetime, if it's not right now, it's not relevant. You can destroy and uncreate it. Right, wrong, good, bad, black, pot, online, shorts, boys, poets, and beyond. If you have a belief or something that you bought, a lie, or something that you're believing that's not serving you anymore, you can throw it in the violet flame. You can burn it. You can transform it. You can just let it go. Just be like, it's just not mine. I'm just not going to believe that. Right? But I want you to then observe if there's another disabling negative belief that comes to mind. If there is, throw that in the fire. Let that go. Pock and pod. However you want to let it go. They're all very powerful because it's just about letting it go. Awesome. Some of you are letting it go. I can feel it. The energy's moving. I'm yawning. If you're yawning, that's a release. That's a letting go of something. Right? And then remembering what's in the box. See if there's any other negative belief that may be holding it in place. And let that go too. Pocket pot. Throw it in the violet flame. However you want to transform it. Your belief in how it transforms is what makes it transform, not the practice or the exercise or the, right? It's your belief. So your belief is, okay, I can just let that go. Sweet, let it go. Awesome. Thank you. So many releasing out there. I can totally, this one's a good one. Well, they're all good to me. But. Okay, so now you have your box still there. And let's just say anything that might still be holding that which you want to change in place. Throw it away. Just try to create it, all of it now. Right, wrong, good, bad, black, tall, man, shorts, boys, bad, and kids. Awesome. And now, what would you like to believe about this subject or thing in the box? Nice. And imagine it. If it's something that is broken, imagine it healed. Visualize it whole. Feel what it feels like to have it be whole, perfect, and complete. Let the feelings of thrival wash over your body. I want you to imagine that in front of you, right above the box, is a molecule. The molecule, the one molecule that needs to turn to change everything. Go ahead and turn that molecule 180 degrees. Nice. Wow. Great job, everyone. You're doing awesome. You should be proud of yourself. You're changing something today. And then allow that molecule that's been turned 180 degrees to just go down and drop into the box. The box is still sealed. The box is still a box, but the energy of that molecule change just goes through the wall, goes through the top of the box, as if by magic. It changes everything inside. And let that belief, that new energy, that molecule that you just turned and changed, to infuse every fiber of your being. From the crown of your head to the tips of your fingers and your toes, and even out to the far reaches of your energy field. And when you physically feel in vibrational alignment with that which you desire, you're going to feel vibrant, you're going to feel alive, you're going to feel excited, you're going to feel, right? There's this energy of positivity in the air. When you have this knowing within you that something, you just changed something, I want you to go ahead and open up the box. And what do you see? What do you feel? that energy, however it looks. It may not look like what you expected it to look. You might even see it. I'm a live cat right now, like whatever, right? But notice the energy that is now coming from that box. Something changed today. You changed something just by changing the way that you look at it, the energy you are feeling about it, how you visualize it. And just enjoy it. Enjoy that energy of change. It really is that simple. Enjoy the ability to change anything in your life and relax. Allow yourself to just become one with that energy, with that change. Observe the quantum entanglement that you have right now going on with everybody on this live that is watching it now and in the future. And celebrate with each other. Celebrate that you changed something. Even if you can't see it, allow yourself to feel it, to know it. And you know it by the energy that you're being right now. Are you smiling a little bit more? Are you wiggling a little bit more? Are you giggling a little bit more? And even if you don't feel a really profound shift, I'm going to encourage you to believe, because your point of view creates your reality, to believe that something changed today. Even if it seemed so small you couldn't quite perceive it, something changed. You turned a molecule. You chose one thing different. Even if it was just how you were looking at something. You can look at something as wrong, or you're broke, or something needing to be fixed, or you can see everything as whole and perfect and complete, exactly the way that it is, and exactly the way that it isn't. And that no matter what you're going through right now, it is working out in your favor, even if you can't see how. The universe conspires for you, never against you. Never against you. And if you'd like to play again, you can definitely listen to this over and over again and put whatever you'd like to change in the box. Whatever you'd like to change in the box. If you'd like to live a fulfilling, purposeful life that inspires and changes other people's lives, and you don't believe that you're living that right now, then put it in the box and turn that molecule. Make a change. Choose something, anything different. And if you don't like the outcome, you can choose something different again and again and again. Remembering that you have the power that the game of life that you're living is however you want it to be. And if you want it to be something different, you can create that too. You just have to ask for it and believe that it's coming. And sometimes things take a little bit of patience. That is not a strong suit of mine. I don't know about you, but being patient is not a strong suit of mine. And I'm okay with that. But I have learned that asking for something, sometimes the molecules of the universe have to rearrange to bring that to us. And sometimes it takes the appearance of time. But maybe in another life sometime we'll talk about time. So take a couple of deep breaths, maybe rub your hands together or rub your hands on your thighs and slowly begin to bring yourself to the present moment, becoming aware of everything. And just observe as you open your eyes. Does everything seem a bit brighter, a bit different? When you change that belief inside, everything outside and around you will change too. So enjoy it. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your week. I look forward to seeing you all again next week. Thank you for being here, and thank you for being you. I adore you all so much. See you next time.